I just got live on the current location with a few topics to discuss. So just a few days ago, less than a week ago, less than 5 to 6 or 7 days ago, was sitting on a park bench right across the street from this location, the street graphic location. And there was a couple with a small child that appeared to be biologically a boy, dressed in a gray sweatsuit. And I don't know who the father of that child, who the actual biological parents of that child could maybe hypothetically be, because he does not look like either of his parents, and it's not about growing into his face. They're very condescending, and they're very extremely rude. And the man, I had seen them before, and whoever I was with, my brother Kurt, who looks like Denty. They have the same primary dad, if I'm recalling correctly, or we're learning hypothetically. And Kurt's a rower, and his first name is William. And we've not been able to sit down officially as a sibling with my husband, and discuss all of this, but they're very extremely rude. They're from a church at 63rd and Callowhill, and they're basically terrorists. Sorry to have to see that. And they don't even know it, and they don't even care to know it. They don't even care to know that. So not reference, they don't care to know that. I am pristine, right? Even here, I don't know what my husband and brothers would say about this, right? This distorted image that populates, because this is nothing, I don't look anything like this. But I am not inferior to really anyone, to be very honest. And there was another biological family member that had mentioned that women that racially identify as Black really are not sought after. And then there's the topic of Oprah and Greenleaf, and the topic of Barack, who people know as a man that racially identifies as being multiracial, and first name Barack, and he had been the president. He hypothetically, he's stained. He's not actually multiracial. So these are the kinds of experiments that were being conducted on our biological family members, because we have an extremely rare kind of DNA. So I don't even think Barack wants to be publicly associated with our family in that capacity. But the show Greenleaf is about a man that apparently had an affair. We haven't spoken to Oprah, and Oprah might, I don't know what the situation is with Oprah, but inevitably we're going to have to, hopefully we can be supportive, as far as Shaq or Shaquille mentioning the standard of what a violation is perceived as, and that when certain people cross certain boundaries, there's no recovery. I don't get the impression that any of us disagree with that. I wonder if there's just a lot that is helpful to verify, confirm, reject. So I am not the multiracial young lady on Greenleaf. That is not me. And there's an episode like on the first season and the second season where there's the discussion of the illegal illicit use of Adderall and this and that. That's Fletch. That's Jason Fletcher. That's not me. So Jason Fletcher is cousins of cousin Robert, he wants to say that. He's older than us. I don't know if like Alon, he might post an age that's way older than he actually is. But I don't know what, aside from my husband, because people might say, well, he's just inherently biased because he loves you, you guys are married, this and that. But our brothers are very successful, and maybe they're the best. to set the boundaries as me and husband continue to evaluate and assess what's viable. And we want our brothers to be a part of that, but we can't discuss that further at this time. Just they're disabled is what we're learning. Hypothetically, they're disabled. They can't see accurately, or they're in an altered state of consciousness. That was not the situation with the couple and the child over across the street from here, the park. But some people are able to have some sort of conversation, passive conversation, even when they're completely drunk by whoever is supporting the alternative consciousness. There's really no investment in the conversation, but they believe they're somehow entitled to your time. And there's this guy that like rides around on a bike. I really don't want him to say hello to me and say, I love you, and calls me baby. And stop, dude. Like, I don't know you, and I didn't invite you over here. And I don't need to prove myself as far as, like, I don't need credibility, right? I mind my business. We don't have to win people over. I don't know people that are inferior, because that's the reality, which is the next topic. There was a registered nurse that worked at Temple University Hospital. I don't know how I would have crossed paths with him or Frankie's sister when she worked as a patient care assistant. Maybe it was a skid seller, and that's how I learned about him. But he would speak amongst coworkers about gene regulation and some bizarre characteristics and attributes of grooming. That's the best way to say that. And that this wasn't until he himself had a child, became a parent, that he learned about how his daughter needed a certain kind of support and boundary set for her amongst even family members on the other side of the family. And the women on the unit just didn't understand, but they didn't try to understand. And they thought that he was just crazy, but he wasn't. So there's something really bizarre about like the pedophilia, necrophile conundrum or continuum, an obsession with urine. Crazy. But there are Black people that really think they're somehow superior, and they're not. They're really not. And people will reference Oprah all of the time. Look at who works for Oprah, and Oprah is extremely successful. And I don't know if she's been interviewed about why she does or does not allow a certain profile of the person near her, not someone's face, but their credentials and personality traits. So now, as far as Hillary,